So the idea is that we're going to have beds back here. Basically where this wall starts, the bed starts. So there's not much room in here. We wanted to add some more ceiling lights because these lights are fine. They're good from the driver's seat. If I need to click the lights on, I have them. But they're not comfortable lights. They're very blue and bright. So we wanted to add in some more cozy lighting to light up the place, and we don't have to have our key on to use it. So it's going to be separate from that. Now previously, check out the new dash. It's looking awesome. We made some huge progress. Switches work. The heater works. I got that switch controlling the center light, and I have another switch doing the side lights. This is the door lock. So when it's on, the door can work. When it's off, the door is disabled. That's going to be our door lock. I'm going to put a switch out there like I was saying, and I'll do that very soon. We're not done with switches. You see this little guy right here? I have an idea to put it back here in our wall. And it's a little scary to cut a hole in our wall, but here's the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and run a 20 amp fuse line over from the fuse box. I'm going to just run it around through here and try to come up with a good way to put the switches in here without it looking ugly, because remember, this is a thin wall and everything's going to stick out the back into the closet. So brainstorming time. So I took my time and figured out exactly where I wanted to mount my switches, and then I put together this box. This is a little triangular cubby. Really simple build, just using some leftover scraps of the 1/2 inch plywood and some 1/4 inch plywood and a board. And I built this to go back here, and I'll show you that. We're going to finish it first. But I'm building a cubby that's going to match the slope on this side so that our switches have a place to go and the wires won't be just dangling out in the closet. And also, I'm going to be cutting out another opening right here, a little slit opening, so you can access the rest of the space as a storage space, and you can throw some little stuff in there. Just extra storage, it's always handy. And I will try to build a divider so that the electrical stuff is separate and not touching anything you put up here. But for now, that's a start. I just needed this so I can measure everything out. I marked it out on the back. Now it's time to cut it out with my new oscillating tool, which has been really amazing in here. So here's the progress. we were able to cut that out, round it off with the router, and I gave it one coat of paint so far. It needs another coat. You probably can't see it, but it's looking good. We kind of mimicked the same shape that we have down at the bottom. That's going to be a storage cubby because I finished this. Here is the box that's going to go behind the wall here. It's angled to mimic the ceiling. We put a divided compartment in here for the wiring, and this will just be a little storage area. Let me show you how it's going to look, kind of. We're not totally ready to install this yet because we don't have the wiring in, but it's going to go back here. And from this view, this is what it looks like. It'll be a little bit cleaned up. I'm going to put a little trim work and make it look nice, but we're going to have the ceiling panel back on going that way. So it'll be a cute little house-shaped closet. Our switch panel is going to go in here like this. So we're going to get some more warm lighting in here that we can control straight from the battery, fused from the battery. But the point is, the key won't have to be on. We could turn the lights on and off and have some nice cozy lighting that we could also reach from the sleeping area where you guys are. And the storage area is just good for odds and ends. By the bed, you could throw your lip balm in there or whatever you got. And why not make storage space, you know? So it's always handy. So there it is. That's that. Since we're happy with where that's going, we're going to move to something else for a little while. But for now, one last job to get done today, hopefully, is removing this. We've decided to remove the video system because it's a little bit outdated. If I have to buy a new solid state hard drive for this, I'd rather just buy a new system, put the money towards something a little more better with better camera quality. So I want to take out all these cameras. So we have 5 cameras, I believe, in here that have to come out, plus the video recording unit and whatever else is attached. I'm not really sure what we're going to uncover. Aside from it being outdated, we don't need this many cameras. It's kind of an elaborate video system. We don't need to be recording our beds and us sitting in here, or the door. This records everything. It's made for public transit. They want to make sure all their bases are covered, and that's totally fine. But if I would like a dash cam, that would be fun. Something simple, but we don't need to take up all that good storage space just for a video recording unit. So let's see how hard it is to get this out. So the first thing we got to do is just open the cover and start unplugging the wires. So here's where all the video cables come in, power cables and everything, and they run down here. I don't know what the magic box is. I don't know what it does, but that hooks to it. We also have this G sensor box, and that senses the G-force of the vehicle and puts it into the video recording data. So if there's an accident, they can kind of like recreate what happened. Let me see. I guess we'll just start unhooking everything, right?
Yeah.
Driver action detecting wire. There's one more cord. I'm not sure how it's held in. Let's see if I push it hard. Ah, there it is. Trying to see how this is held on. And this.
Does it take off the cap?
Oh, it's just these little screws right here. I see. That'll work. Okay. Boy. Hope I remember where these go. Power conditioner stabilizer. Oh, that's kind of neat. Maybe I'll leave a cord hooked to it actually so I don't forget what they do. So input from vehicle, output to the unit. There's a couple of relays over here that went to the unit. I'll take those out. For ease, I'm just going to take everything apart. Just going to unplug this for now because I'm not sure where that's leading to. These fuse holders could be handy for something. To make this go a little easier, I'm going to take this plastic off. Probably take this plastic off. The wires are kind of run through all the looms and everything, and I just can't really see where they're going. These have a little lock Torx head on them, these cameras. I wonder how we're going to unscrew them. think about this, Ash.
What?
Just as soon as we get the dash all cleaned up, here we are making another mess.
Mm-hmm.
Tearing it all back apart.
Yep.
That one's easy. Let's keep going on this one. A little bit. This whole thing doesn't have to come off really, but I mean, just trying to give myself some room. So this is kind of a can of worms, I think they say. It's going okay, but all the wires go underneath the fuse box. And I can't get to it unless I blindly reach back there and start cutting stuff. And that's a little risky because I got everything zip tied together. So we said, let's take off this panel so we can see it better. But then we realized that this is in the way of the panel. So I think we have to take off this so we can take off the panel so we can see the wires. So we're going to try to carefully remove this trim.
Ooh.
That's a start. I might be able to only take off... Whatever. Let's just go all the way. Let's just do this. If we can break it, we can fix it, right? All right. Make sure we find this. That's nice. I like that in my case. It honestly looks like corn chips.
Why is there chips in the...
It's foam insulation. It just looks like corn chips.
I thought it was literally chips.
Oh! Don't ruin my vinyl. Okay. It'll wash off. They got a load of wires in here. Look at all this. And the lines for the back, the rear AC unit.
It's weird how we have to do all this to take the surveillance system out. Who would have thought? Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, honestly, look how disgusting this is with drips running down it. I'm kind of glad we took that panel off. It'd probably be quicker for me to just go grab my ratchet wrench. I'm so lazy that I like to do more work.
Yeah.
No, it's not even laziness. You know what it is? Picturing going out there and not knowing where it is, and I spend too long looking for it.
Well, you could have had it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't so hard. Wow, this is cool. Okay, let me get this more out of the way, I think. Behind the panel box, the fuse... What do I call this? A fuse box? It's like... It's hard to see, but it's like massive open space. Seems a shame to waste it. But we're going to leave that alone. Because I'm not moving all of this. Hey, this might be enough to get done what I need to get done. Snip a couple things here because I find it fascinating. Yeah, you'd think it'd be easy, like unplug a couple cameras.
Yeah. We didn't know we'd have to rip the whole bus apart.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm. Wow. What a horde.
Yeah. Ooh,
that?
GPS unit. Sneaky. They're tracking us. What is that?
It's going up in the wires.
Is it? So we started off the video nice. We got some great electrical work done and we cleaned up the dashboard. And here we end on a mess.
All this to take out the cameras.
We have wires strewn about, everything open. Yeah. I don't think we're going to be able to get the whole system out tonight because we just don't have a bit to take those screws off. Which is like a little security bit. So Ashley and I are just going to keep working before we run out of light. We're going to try to get all the wires loose and ready to go. We're just going to have to go to the store and pick up a bit. So I think we're going to end the video here and we'll just pick up next time wherever we might end up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. We did a great job on that electrical work. We got a couple of little small jobs to finish up. We'll take you along on that. Excellent progress. We're happy with everything. And we just appreciate you guys being here watching and following along our journey. So again, thanks for watching. And until next time, take care.
Bye.
We just got all the wire out. So this was a challenge. Look at the amount of wire and weight that they have in here. That's crazy. Now all that's left is just unscrewing the cameras. And that's going to be easy if I get that bit. But that feels good to get that nest out of there. Plus this. And the other stuff. And look at all the space we freed up.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.